Zirim and Shel remained alone, and the roasting fires sank into red cinder and into grey smoke. The herders slunk away. A night bird sang in the eaves of the shrine. The crescent moon rose like a broken ring. "I remember," said Zirim, "how we climbed the wall when we were children and ran about in the night. In the desert, the night is a naked thing, as the day is naked. But here, everything is secret between the trees and the grass." Zirim set off for the courtyard gate. Shel got up, posed in feline stretching, and followed him. In the village nothing stirred. The windows were black and no one looked out. The villagers were afraid to see any going by, any young men in yellow temple robes going by on the track towards the old well where poplars grew. Where the village ended, the track turned south before the road began. At this spot, Zirim said, "Why will you lead me this way?" Shel glanced at him. The glance said, "No one leads. You are already on this way." "No," said Zirim, and he turned and walked northward, up the hill, above the village, among the wild flowering olives there. Shel did not travel with him. Shel lopped along the track towards the well. It was not that he desired the woman. It was that he had seen that Zirim desired her, that the man's lust in Zirim, smothered all this while, had woken. Shel burned. The soft flames which had always lapped him, unanalyzed, nor gored and snapped. Ezra-like still, he ran to the fire rather than away. Envy was a green blade in his side. He twisted to enjoy the piercing of it. Love was a violet veil over his eyes, sadness changing the color of the world. First the weakness and illness of men had been able to draw the beloved away. Now a woman could do it. But a woman was less abstract, easier to contend with. Then go and watch the woman twist the green blade in the wound, learn it all and more. Her house, near to the well, was finer than the village houses. It was built of stone, and the door was wood. Through the ornate iron lattice of the lower window came the faint glow of a lamp. Shel slid from the shadow to the window, noiseless, and stared, unblinking, at the lattice with his lynx's eyes. The beautiful harlot sat at a cosmetic table, before a bronze mirror, combing scent through her bronze hair, and she yet smiled to her reflection in the mirror, lulled by the combing and by what she thought of. The flame gnawed in Shel. He saw how the lamp painted the woman, the quiver of the slender muscle of her arms, the glint of gold falling from the golden comb into the fleece of her hair. Shel left the window. He circled about the house. Once, twice, 3 times he circled it, as the animal circles the human dwellings, cautious, curious, fascinated, meaning no good, yet with no actual plan of wrongdoing. No, the harlot did not hear him, nor did she glimpse him, but she sensed that he, or someone, was there. She came to the wooden door and opened it and stepped out boldly with the lamplight. "Who is there?" she called. "Approach! I will do you no injury." Shel was a shadow, a tree, invisible. But from the poplars another answered, "It is I." And into the lamplight sneaked Beak. "Oh, is it you?" said the harlot. "I had hoped for another. Well, what do you want? To upbraid me some more?" "I was too harsh," said Beak, eyeing closer. "How do I know what has forced you to sin? Perhaps the gods sent you to me in order that I might redeem you." "Thus and so," said the harlot, "my price is high. Do you have my price?" Beak came, edging on. He edged right to the harlot. "Let me see," he whispered. "Let me see your breast again." "What? Only one breast? I have two." "And are both of them hurt?" whispered Bayak, shuddering and licking at his lips. "Depending on what you might give me, they may be." Bayak fumbled in his sleeve. He brought out a shiny thing, a silver cup from one of the villages, and in the cup was a handful of small jewels another of the villagers had given. "Offerings," said the harlot. "Will these not be missed?" "There are so many offerings," hoarsely murmured Bayak. "I can intimidate the clerk who keeps tally. He has committed a sin with his sister, and is in my power, for I know of it." "So many offerings, you say?" mused the harlot. "You shall bring me something else tomorrow, perhaps." "If you will," said Bayak. The harlot pointed to the door. "Enter then." Bayak did as she said, stumbling as if drunk. When the door shut on them, Shell stole again to the window. Bayak had seized the breasts of the harlot and grasped them and felt of them, as if he would commit their form to his recollection. Presently, she put him from her and slipped off her dress. The color of her was like dark honey, and she knocked up her tresses with animal pin, and all her body was to be seen, a narrow waist and a wide hips which were strong and smoothly hard at the quarters of a lioness. She took from her chest a switch of horsehair, and opening the robe of Bayak, she trickled him with this switch and smote him with it. Bayak cried out, and his member rose from his loin as he spoke, like a pole. Then the woman made him sit upon the couch, and she split a tight to kneel with a leg either side of him, and sat upon his lap, in such a way that she took him inside her. After this she danced on him as a snake dances, and Bayak kneaded her with his hands and writhed as if he could not be quieted, till suddenly his face appeared over her shoulder, like the face of one who had gone mad, very red, with just the whites of the eye revealed, and the mouth wide open and a split running out, and from this mouth came a burst of howling. Having howled, Bayak fell back as if dead on the couch. The woman instantly left him and went away out of sight, and there was the sound of water being used in a basin. Shell leaned on the wall, trembling with an odd revulsion, and with a lasciviousness which now had found a name within himself. He made no move to leave the window. He observed. He observed Bayak as he recovered, now sitting up again, now fastening his robe. The face of Bayak had turned from incongested excitement to a nervous pallor. At length he said, "You will not tell?" "Aye," said the woman, out of sight of the window at her washing. "Whom could I tell but your temple? What could I tell but that you came here to redeem me?" "You must not," said Bayak. "I will not," said the woman, "if you go to the treasure wagons and bring me something of gold, which does not weigh less than you two great fatty yams." "Not gold," said Bayak. "I dare not take gold." "You dare," said the woman. "You are very brave. You dared steal silver and gems. You dared come to the harlot's house and put up your tool inside her. You will bring me gold, brave priest." Bayak got to his feet. "You are a whore, and full of vileness," he said. "You led me here. I never meant to visit you. You are a sorceress and have bewitched me. I am not answerable." "If I could witch one here," said she, "it would have been another than you, you hog. Tomorrow I go to the temple."